Hello everyone, welcome to yet another wonderful video about Bitcoin, altcoin, cryptocurrency in general. I'm doing this presentation from Fortnite Cryptocurrency app, and man, I'm just going to explain to you what's happening in the market. Okay, Bitcoin just dropped below 10,000 after a long while of struggling between 11,000 and 10,000. So I'm here to explain to you guys what led to this downfall, number one, and number two, how you can benefit from this. Okay, so let's go to Bitcoin altcoin prices. Okay, so right now the current value within the last 24 hours is $9,933.66. Now you may be asking how we come about this price. Okay, now every exchange have the price is currently trading on. So whatever you see here is the average price across all exchanges. Okay, so on the different, so what it goes to show you is that the price of Bitcoin dropped. Now what caused it? Okay, some days back, okay, started with Coinbase. Okay, and Coinbase had a correction, then an outage. Okay, they had a correction the day before, and the next day they had an outage, which led to people wishing they sold. Okay, and after that, it's never been the same because it hit a new all-time high in the space of 1 year, up to 13,000, almost heading to $14,000 per coin. Then the Coinbase issue happened. Okay, maybe due to overload of investors, coming in and trying buying. Okay, now the moment it happened, two things happened. It created two things. Most exchanges started to do what is called correction. Okay, I won't go into that because it's more technical. Most times, the exchanges don't actually tell you what they are correcting. Okay, now because what you are seeing here is the sum total of everything that's going on all the exchanges out there. Maybe the exchanges have to go through their books and actually balance everything to actually know what's really happening. Maybe that's the correction. Okay. So, but that's what happened. Then, no, the number two thing that now happened after the Coinbase issue is fear, uncertainty, and doubt setting. You get what I'm saying? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt setting because nobody could predict actually where the market is going to go next. Okay? Nobody could predict where the market is going to go next. So investors were like, okay, should we buy? Should we sell? Okay. And I think somebody popular on Twitter, forgetting his name, tweeted that he wished he had sold before the Coinbase issue happened. Probably some people took it, Bitcoin traders are more like, they're a very big community, okay? Yeah, you can also see them on Reddit. Well, most of the people on Reddit are mostly holders, okay? So it kind of sparked fear uncertainty on that, given the fact that people started getting into Bitcoin after the announcement of Facebook Libra. So these guys that got in may not be seasoned traders. So there you have it. People started selling. Okay, people started selling. Now, people, you might see, man, this Bitcoin stuff is not stable. Yes, it's volatile, but how the question you should be asking as an investor is how can you benefit from this? Okay. Now, there's a lot of prediction that this will go down all the way to $8,000. Okay. Now, nobody really knows. It's all speculation. But let's look at what happened in the last 24 hours because it's always good to look at data. So you can see in the last 24 hours started falling, okay, without control from 11,000. There were huge sales, huge sales. You can see the big candles, the big red candles, huge sales, huge sales. Okay. Now the parabola thing is over because the parabola is when there was, up, sharp rises and drop, sharp rises and drop. So when you see that kind of movement, it shows that most investors are buying the dip and selling the high. So that's when you see those sharp parabolas. Okay, so so let's look at the last 7. This is the last 7 days. So it got to almost, it once got back from 11,000 up to 13,000 almost, then dropped to below 12,000, 11,000, went back up to 12,000. So these dips, people are buying the dips. That's why you see the red green candle. So they sell the high, that's the red candle. They buy the dip, it goes up, sell, buy, drop, 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 drop. So this goes to show you what's really happening. So as you can see, since I'm doing this video, you can look at the price ticker and you see that it has dropped from 9,009 to 9,008 and consistently dropping. So Ford has set in, and I believe, okay, you can see in the last 1 hour, that's a sharp drop, okay. After trading stably at 10,003, it now dropped sharply to 10,001, 10,009, and is this green sign showing that some people are buying the dip? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. But these are the things you can do at this point. Number one, if you have any Bitcoin, you can decide to move to some altcoins, maybe USD packs, or maybe move to what's it called, Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum might not be having this free fall because it wasn't moving with Bitcoin in terms of the bull run of Bitcoin. Okay. So we'll look at Ethereum shortly. Okay, you can do that. You can move to another altcoin to preserve what you have, the value of what you have. But definitely it comes at a cost of a fee. Number two, you can decide to sell. For me, selling is not a bad thing at this point because what you're trying to preserve the value of what you have because you don't know where the market is going. So you can decide to sell. Okay. Now, some people might decide to buy more because the price is dropping. So you can afford to buy more. Okay. You can afford to buy more. All right. So that's another thing you can do. Buy more. Number four, you can decide to pull out completely and invest your money with a fund manager. Okay. Talking about Bitcoin investment fund, where you can put your fund and invest your fund and hedge your fund with the with Bitcoin investment fund, and your fund will be invested in other sectors, real sectors like agriculture, technology, telecommunication, money market fund, and a little bit of Bitcoin trading. Okay, given the fact that the market is now volatile at this point, the market is dropping at this point, but at least you're hedging your fund using real businesses, using real opportunities, real investments out there. So that at the point the market finally stabilizes, you can decide to like pull out your investment and go invest and go buy more coins and get into the market again. Okay? So these are the options you have. Buy the dip, okay? Buy the dip with the hope that it goes up. Sell so that you preserve what you have. You can decide to keep on buying, okay? Buying at a cheap price so that you have more coins if you're not afraid of losing your shirt. Or you can hedge your fund with a fund manager, investing in other real opportunities out there. So these are the things you can do to protect yourself against this downfall and also to benefit from this downfall in price. Now let's look at Ethereum as an altcoin. Can you go to Ethereum at this point? Let's see what's happened to Ethereum. Well, Ethereum is doing the same thing. Having gotten to 300, which is not an all-time high since, okay, but you can see the direction. You can see buy, sell was high, then average. So let's look at the last 1 hour. Same thing with Bitcoin. So, and it's going to a stable coin, I think is more better. Going to a stable coin is more better at this point than going to, you know, an altcoin like Ethereum. Okay, let's look at Litecoin. What's doing in the last hour? So this is Bitcoin Cash. Same thing. This is what happens anytime Bitcoin sneezes. Every other cryptocurrency sneezes. Okay, so going to altcoins is out of the question. So the only altcoins you can go to now at this point are stable coins, which I will do a video later. Okay, Litecoin still experiencing same thing. Okay, but at least it's having a little recovery some minutes ago, which you don't know whether it's genuine recovery or people moving their funds from Bitcoin to Litecoin, which they normally do. Okay, let's look at Dash. Same thing in the last 1 hour, drop in price from 140 something to 159. Okay, Dogecoin, same thing. Oh, Dogecoin is a mess, man. It's really a mess. So guys, I just want to show you guys what's really happening in the market and how to position yourself so you don't lose your shirt in the process. Okay, so guys, that's it for this video. Please download Ford My Cryptocurrency app if you are interested in getting updates on videos like this, and most importantly, hedge your fund with a fund manager you can trust. Okay, Bitcoin investment fund. The link will be below in the description below. Okay, where you can learn how to protect your Bitcoin each time the market starts tanking, or know how to count your take your profit on time instead of waiting to see what happens. Take your profit on time, go into hedge it with a fund manager, then go back into Bitcoin when you feel that it's okay for you to go back into Bitcoin. Okay. So guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. So I'm sorry, Choco Take